if you're wondering why, by the way, that MSNBC loves to trash progressives like Bernie Sanders, just take a look at where their executives are throwing all their money. This story, I don't know how somebody following elections would not know this story. And that is that Comcast has centered so much money around their guy, Biden. Okay? It was Biden. And now I'm wondering, what did he come out a couple of days ago and call somebody who's talking to him a lying dog-faced pony soldier?
Yep.
What in the hell is that? I don't even know what it is. But okay, so this senile old guy calls somebody who's just asking him a question. She's asking him a question. But MSNBC is so into Bernie and is so into Biden right now because they've spent so much money on him. Tell the story about Comcast.
This is a great story put together by the folks over at Sludge. They do great investigative reporting. And what they found is that Joe Biden, not just in this election cycle, but basically throughout his whole career, can count on Comcast to consistently give him money. It's his seventh largest contributor to his campaign since 1989. They have poured more than $150,000 into Joe Biden. He kicked off his campaign with a Comcast executive right there standing next to him. He is the Comcast candidate, and therefore he is the MSNBC candidate because that's the one they're paying.
Okay, why? Let me get to the whys. There's always a why, isn't there? Okay.
There is.
Comcast wants to destroy net neutrality. They don't want mom and pop to have the same access that they have to the net. Yeah? They don't want that. So from the very beginning, senile man here has made the promise to them, I will do that for you. Get me elected, Comcast, and I will do that. It's an exchange of money. That's all it is, and it's an exchange of money. But they're finding it tougher and tougher to support the guy when he comes out and says things like, little girl, you're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. I don't even know what that means.
No, I think most people had not heard that, unless, of course, Biden did call another person that back in 2018.
Did he?
So this is, I guess, a thing he does. But Biden, throughout his career, has consistently voted with Republicans and against the rest of his Democratic pals when it comes to things like corporate mergers, things that allowed Comcast to purchase MSNBC in the first place.
MSNBC is in so deep on this. You got Phil Griffin telling Joy Reid, telling Chris Matthews, say this, telling everybody, these are the talking points. Don't get away from the talking points. That's why you had people like Cenk Uygur leave the network, Ed Schultz leave the network. I could go on a whole list because they were tired of that little freak, Phil Griffin, telling them what they must say. And this is about money. They have to support this guy, even though he is so far out in left field. They got to support him anyway.
Well, and another thing, though, about this whole Biden MSNBC thing is it's not just that they promote Biden more than they promote everybody else, but they bring on these hacks to trash Bernie Sanders at any given opportunity, absolutely make stuff up. You had Chris Matthews a couple days ago said Bernie Sanders wants to round people up in Central Park and execute them. You had Chuck Todd refer to Bernie's followers as the new brown shirts the other day. This has reached a level of insanity that I wish MSNBC viewers understood.
But Comcast and MSNBC, this is their brand now. Their brand is, we will say whatever Andy Luck and Phil Griffin tells us to say without really being a journalist. And these are people we've worked with.
Right.
I got to tell you, we have worked with a lot of these people, and we're seeing this.
This isn't who they used to be, but it's who they are now.
They're sending out their flying monkeys. That's what the flying monkeys are on every night trying to get this guy elected. He has zero chance. He's like an old man who's fallen down the stairs. As Van Jones says, he can't get up. It's time for him to use his 911 button, and nobody's told him that he has a 911 button.